everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hi, everybody. My name is Daisha, and you are on Daisha's journey. So let's go. Last time, if you haven't watched my last video, I'm gonna put it right here. I might link the description below, but it's legitimately the last video. So go ahead and go watch that so you can have some understanding on this video. I don't know what I'm gonna name it yet, but it is a continuation on part one from the last video of when I was talking about how I met my baby father. And like I said in the last video, this is not necessarily for entertainment purposes. This is just to give some context on my journey. Legitimately my journey. Yeah, it can be a little entertaining, but this is not the purpose I am posting it for. I am just trying to highlight events in my life. I won't only be talking about my baby father. We're gonna be talking about my mother, my brothers, my dad, all of, like, other people too that I've encountered that got me to where that I don't want to say they got me to where I am today. It's just they were a part of my journey, which ran me to God, basically. So let's leave it like that. So yeah, last time I was talking about how I didn't know if I was pregnant or not. I was super scared. I was freaking out, like legit freaking out. Like when I tell you I was freaking out. Like I remember that so vividly because I was like really going bonkers in my brain. Like he was talking about how he don't have no money for a plan B. I didn't have the money for a plan B. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna ask my mother. My mother she was giving me the silent treatment. Like, you know, like no. And then I didn't have anybody else that I was like necessarily close to like ask them for a plan B. So I was like literally stuck, and I didn't even think about going to Planned Parenthood. Like it didn't even cross my mind at all because I never necessarily ran to Planned Parenthood in my past. I would just like get checked up by the gynecologist, and I honestly wasn't all that sexually active anyway, so I never really had that moment before, like ever, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like it was just very new, and it was very scary. So a little disclaimer if y'all like freaking out or whatever. No, I'm not even gonna give y'all a disclaimer. You're just gonna have to go on my journey with me. So I was freaking out, right? So literally I had to go to bed scared. We were poking my belly. You remember that scene from Twilight when she was like, and she just found out she was pregnant. She didn't even take a pregnancy test yet. But yeah, I was just, oh my gosh, there's a baby in there. Like scared as ever. And I was 18 at this time. Like I said, like we met on prom night. So this is before I even graduated too. Like this was because prom was in May, and graduation was towards the end-ish of June, I think, if I remember correctly. So I had some more like time to go. Like it wasn't like I think we were like really much like very close. Like we were closer to my graduation day, but I feel like it was still like at least a week away kind of thing, or maybe like 2. So I was super scared. I wasn't really going to school much because I already had all my credits. Like I was good, so I didn't really have to go to school anymore after prom and all that stuff. Like I was good, you know what I'm saying? I already passed type of thing. Like if anything else I missed, it did not affect my grade at all type of thing. So I wasn't really going to school much, so I was just like basically at home freaking out. And we were texting still, whatever. Like he didn't dodge me or at that point. Like he was still texting me and everything. He was just like, "Oh man, I'm sorry. Like I didn't know." And I'm like, "Why didn't you? Who assumes? Like that should have been a red flag if I'm being honest. Like that should have been a red flag. But my trauma bonded self with him was just like, you know what? We're gonna be in this together." We're together now forever. You're my man. Like, who, like, why did my brain do that? Why didn't my brain say, oh, he's tripping, go away? My brain said, you know what? We should stay together now. I'm laughing at myself so hard right now because it's like, what, Daisha? But, okay, baby. It's all right, baby. It's all right. I forgive myself. Like, so basically after that, whatever, I ended up texted him the next day. I ended up texting him I'm like, hey, I'm scared, I'm freaking out, da, da, da. He's like, okay, I want to spend time with you today. You know, we can, he had to run errands. I forgot exactly what he had to do, but he just wanted to run errands with me. Just to like I guess get it off my mind or whatever. So we ended up running errands together or whatever. And at that point, like, our relationship was really like solidifying. Like, we was holding hands in public. We were kissing in public. Like, we were very like cuddled up, like, in public. So to me, like, when we do things in public, baby, like, I don't know, you're kind of my man. I don't know. Like, if it's official or not, you're still a man. So, like, I had said that to him, though. I said, like, listen, like, since we don't know if I'm pregnant or whatever, I don't got no plan B. Like, we need to stick together type of thing. And I told him that. So he was like, all right, bet, like, whatever. So I think that's another reason why he was, like, giving me so much public affection and attention like that. But, anyway, like, we just ended up like getting really close or whatever. So my graduation came up. Like, I wanted him to come, but he couldn't come. Don't know why. Sometimes, like, I just like, I should have looked at that as a red flag, but then it's like, maybe it's not a red flag because, like, he didn't have his own car and he was living like almost 35 minutes away from me. So it's like he's gonna have to act, but he asked for rides. I don't know. It's like, I feel like he could have made it work, but he didn't, type of thing. So I don't know. But anyway, he didn't come out at graduation, and I was boohoo sad about that, but I didn't really care because I still had my family there or whatever, so it was still cool. And oh, he was only a year older than me. Like, I'm over here like talking about how like he didn't, like, how did we meet at prom, and he didn't have his own graduation. I know that question is probably like, wait, what? So a little backstory. He already graduated, type of thing. Like, so, but at the end of the day, though, he was older than me. And if he did graduate, he would have graduated the year before me, type of thing. So I was like, and the reason why he was at prom is because he had a friend who went to Dover High, and he used his ticket. I don't even know how that worked, but it did. So that's how he got to that prom. And I don't know why he wanted to go to prom if he, whatever. Whatever. I never asked that. I never even dawned on me, like, why did you go? It just, oh, that's how he got there, you know. So anyway, like, he didn't come to my graduation. I was boohoo sad about that. And my mother and I was still kind of on the outs. Like, she was still very much like disappointed in me, but like, she wasn't giving me a side treatment no more, like, because, you know, my graduation was coming up, like, so we was talking and whatnot. So I don't even know if I told you I wasn't pregnant. Like, did I mention that? No, I didn't mention that. I wasn't pregnant. I ended up finding out I wasn't pregnant. I had my period. So like, we were both relieved about that. I found that out before my graduation. So yeah. I found that out before my graduation. So we was like all relieved about that and everything like that. So after my graduation, though, I wanted to, like, I had this one friend. Yeah, so she was like the kind of person who'd be like, I got plans, you coming? And I'll be like, yeah. So so literally she had plans, and I went, and I ended up going to the beach, right, with her and a couple of her friends, right? And we was there vibing or whatever. So I'm texting my baby father. I'm like, yeah, you know, I was some friends, whatever, I'm on the beach. He was like, oh, that's crazy. Like, I'm literally right by the beach. I'm coming. So I was like, oh, okay, bad. So I was like, let me know when you're here. Da, da, da. He was like trying to find me on the beach or whatever. He couldn't find me, but he ended up finding me or whatever. And he was with this guy, rest in peace. So yeah, he ended up pulling up with his friend, and we ended up chilling on the beach, right? So I'm with my friend or whatever, and I'm like, girl, I'm not gonna lie, I'm about to dip. my man is here. Like, what you talking about? Bye-bye. So yeah, she was cool with it, though. I was so glad. So I ended up leaving with him. I went back with him to, he was staying with somebody or whatever, so I went back with him to that spot. They was having a little barbecue or whatever, so we ended up having a good time. Like, I was lit or whatever. We was having a good time and whatnot. And I'm staying the night there. And then, so guys, this is when things start getting hot and heavy. Like, this is when our relationship picks up. This is when it gets intense. This is when it gets toxic. This is when. But this is also when we have a lot of fun. This is also when we really get to know each other. This is also when we become best friends. Like, it's a lot. So literally, I went back to that spot with him, and he had a girl, he called his sister, let's call her Shaniqua. We just gonna call her Shaniqua. And yeah, so Shaniqua and her older sister was living there, right? And this is where he was staying at the time. Like, he was very estranged with his family for some reason. Like, he just never got it. Like, I won't say never, but he always had a hard time getting it right with his mother. And at that time, like, you know, I was very open to that because I had a hard time with my dad. So I was like, okay, like, I understand that things happen, da 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 da. And he said, like, he didn't have a relationship with his father at all. Like he's like in a whole nother state type of thing. Like, it's just like a dead situation. So that's why I was just kind of like, I think that's really what allowed the trauma bond to be a trauma bond, because I had a very estranged relationship with my father at the time. And at that moment, me and my mother was on the outs still. Like, yeah, like she was like, she stopped giving me the silent treatment, but she still held that against me, that I had him in the crib and we was doing the do da da da. So she was very much like still bothered with me and everything. And I just, like, I don't know, I just cling to him basically in that moment, because he was like, we went through it together. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like, we went through that together. So we're together. Okay? And that's just what my brain said was what makes sense. And I ran with it. So anyway, we're in this house or whatever that he was staying at. And we was having this little get together, whatever. He was having a good time. And there was a lot of funny behavior going on between him and Shaniqua. I ended up asking him, I was like, who's that? Because he didn't introduce me to nobody. He just brought me in there type of thing. I was like, who's that? And he was like, oh, that's my sister or whatever. Like, you know, we not blood. No, I'm lying. He did not tell me we not blood. He had me thinking he made me think, rather, because I knew they wasn't blood. But he was like really trying to tell me, like, that's my sister. And I'm like, that's not your sister. Like, I was legit like, that's not your sister. And he's like, that's my sister. How you gonna tell me who's my sister? I'm like, but I'm fast forwarding. Let me rewind. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta stop doing that. So, literally, he was like, yeah, that's my sister or whatever. I was like, oh, okay. Like, how y'all meet? Because, like I said, immediately, I knew that was not his sister. Like, brothers and sisters don't act like that. Like, I have 3 brothers. I know. Okay, so I'm like, that is not your sister. But okay, when y'all meet? He was like, what you mean? Like, when we was kids? I was just like, bro, when I tell you, he is, I can't even say was, he is a pathological liar. It's bad. Like, it's so bad. And I was just standing there looking at him like, why is he BSing me right now? Like, I just don't understand. Like, we were so good. Why are you starting? And I was trying to be chill because, like I said, I was lit. So I'm still, like, trying to vibe out and everything, but I'm getting irritated. And I'm like, all right. And I just was like, all right, that's your sister from when y'all was kids. Okay. So I'm just going to wait around for more context so I can hit him with some more context type of thing. Because I didn't know enough. I just got there. I was there for under an hour. And I'm already scoping the scene. Like, what's this? What's that? And what's that? You know what I'm saying? So basically, the guy who he pulled up with to the beach, he was dating Shaniqua. They were dating. And that became very apparent after the guy came back from the store. He had went to the store. So when he had came back, I saw them, like, interact, and I was like, okay, but they be having threesomes? Like, I was just like, nah, I'm not messing with this. So honestly, the only thing that helped me really feel more comfortable around it is knowing her age. She was only 16. She looked like she was 19, 20, 25 with that body and her attitude. She was only 16. Blew my mind. And I was like, okay, he's not dating a 16-year-old. He's 19. That's not how it works, right? He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that. And honestly, also meeting Shaniqua's bigger older sister, she privately gave me some more context. I didn't even have to ask. Like, people just be running their mouth. So she gave me more context about their relationship. Before we went to bed, we did the do. And before we did the do, he was like, he was like, before we did the do, he was like, he was like, you know what, I'm not gonna lie, I've been thinking about making you my girlfriend. I was like, it's about time. Like, and he was like, word? I was like, word? Like, I've been waiting for you to make it official. Like, you took forever to make it official. He was like, why you waiting? Tell me you was waiting. I was like, Why would I do that? Like, hey, I'm waiting for you to make me your girlfriend. Like, no. Like, if you gonna make me your girlfriend, you're gonna make me your girlfriend. If you're not, you're not. So basically, that's how that happened that night. And then we ended up doing a do. We fell asleep, and we woke up, or whatever, and I'm like, I gotta go home because my older brother, he's graduating back in Jersey. And my mother, like, she's looking for me. She's asking me where I'm at or whatever. Because I didn't tell her I was staying the night out nowhere. Like, she was being such a butthole to me. So I just was like, whatever. Like, you don't want me here? I won't be here then. Like, so, I was just like, I honestly just didn't think she cared. But she was blowing my phone up. When I woke up the next morning, she was blowing my phone up. And I was like, oh, snap. And that was the day that we were supposed to leave early. Because Delaware to Jersey is about like 3 hours. So we were supposed to leave at a specific time to get to his graduation on time. So I was telling him, I was like, I need to leave. I need to go home. I need to go home. And he's like, okay. So I'm like, he's like trying to get me a ride or whatever. And he couldn't get a ride. Like, he's asking all these people for a ride, offering money. Nobody trying to make that drive since it's so far to them. Like, Rehoboth Beach to Dover, Delaware is probably about like 30-35 minutes, bro. People be making it sound like 40-45 minutes, but like maybe it is about 40-45 minutes depending on traffic and whatnot. It was the summer, so I guess, but like, I don't know, I just didn't feel that far. Like, I was like, just take me home. Like, what the heck? And everybody was making it such a big deal. Like, nobody was trying to take me home. Nobody was trying to have their car go through the drive. Like, it was just so much stuff going on. Like, it was just not a good thing, not a good idea. And I was like high-key stuck there. And I was like telling my mom, I was like, I'm in Rehoboth. And she was like, why are you out there still? Da, da, da. And she's like, you know what, I'm leaving, I'm not waiting for you. She was so pissed off. And I was just like, damn. So I missed my brother's graduation. Sorry, EK. Like, I feel bad sometimes to this day, because it's like, dang, man, like, he made it to mine and I didn't make it to his because of a boy, because of some boy. Like, so basically I ended up just staying there. Like, I legitimately was staying there. Like, I moved in from that. Like, my mom was over me at that point. So literally I ended up just staying there. Like, we ended up going, like, for clothes, like, Shaniqua would give me their leftover, like not leftover, like, you know how we have extra toothbrushes and extra deodorant and stuff. Like, they gave me that stuff. And then allegedly we would go to Walmart and swipe or no swiper some clothes, you know. And that's just how I made a living until I was able to get back home to get more clothes, type of thing. So I was just like literally just staying there. Like, we were just like basically kicking it. Like, Shaniqua and her older sister was mad cool. Like, they did not care. Like, they was like, yeah, I bet she's cool, like, she could stay. Shaniqua's older sister had 2 sons. So I always loved me some little, that sounds crazy, I was about to say, not in that way, but I just like little kids, like, especially like baby boys. Like, they're just so cute to me. Like, baby girls are adorable too, but there's something special about baby boys. Like, they're just so like, just hug them. You just want to hug them all day long. So I was like really, like, I was like watching them a lot. I was very involved with them because I just love me some little kids. Especially them. Like, they were so cute too, bro. They were so cute. So she was like, definitely she could stay. Like, so yeah, you know, I just ended up staying there with them. So basically, this is when it started getting hot and heavy between us, because we were together 24/7. You know what I'm saying? So he had to figure out how I was going to eat. He had to figure out how he was going to eat. He had to figure out all these things. Like, I'm his girlfriend now. It's official. We're together. Like, so it's just like, how we going to do this? Like, we living with somebody else. Like, we were sleeping on the couch, and the couch got so uncomfortable to the point where, like, one thing about my baby father, like, he know how to make things work. Like, he literally put all them cushions on the floor, made a little bed out of it, and it was so much better than sleeping on the couch, bro. It was just so much better, because they had 2 couches, so he put all the cushions on the floor, and it felt so much better than sleeping like 2 bodies on one couch. Like, we were literally cuddling up on one couch. It was so uncomfortable. So yeah, like, basically one night, like, I just could not sleep. Like, he was knocked out. One thing he would do is sleep, bro. One thing he's gonna do is sleep. Like, that man will sleep. Like, and he was knocked out. Like, I was twisting and turning. He's like zonked, right? So I just got curious. Like, my brain started doing this thing. I was like, you know, a woman's intuition. I just felt like I had to check his phone. Like, I just felt like I should. I don't know. I just felt like I should. Like something in me just made me do it, type of thing. So I did. So I'm looking at his phone, and bro, when I tell you, he was talking to so many females still. Like, I can laugh at it now, but at that time, I was so hurt, bro. I was butt hurt. Like, I was like, oh, like literally reading, like, oh my gosh, where's my phone? I wanted to use my phone as a prop, but I done left my phone somewhere. But literally, I'm looking at the phone, and I'm like, like, he's flirting heavy with females. S's, bro. I'm telling you, like, not three, 4 females, bro. I'm telling you, like, mad females. Like I said, remember in the beginning, I told you he gave me heavy player vibes, but the type of attention he gave me, I just assumed that, like, he dropped the rest of the people, the rest of the girls, and he gave me his full focus. And then especially when he made it official that I was his girlfriend, I just knew that I was his only one, but I wasn't. And I'm gonna tell y'all something that's gonna blow y'all minds later on in the story, right? Probably I'm gonna tell this part of the story next time, but literally, like, one of the girls I saw in his phone, I was reading their messages. I was reading a lot of girls' messages, but a lot of them were just like flirtatious, like, ooh, you pretty, and ooh, you cute, like stuff like that. Like, when we going get together, like feisty stuff like that never really go anywhere, like stuff like that. So that was hurting me, because I'm like, what is he talking about? When we gonna? What do you mean when we gonna? You know what I'm saying? So, but there was this one girl. Let's name her Stephanie, okay? Stephanie, OMG. Stephanie, the conversation between him and Stephanie had me ready to poop my pants. Like, you know, when your heart falls into your stomach and you just feel sick, like, oh, I was feeling sick, like, bro, literally, bro, I remember this so well. Like, I'm getting chills because, y'all, like, I really should have left this boy alone. Like, I really should have, but like I said, like, we were trauma bonded at that point. Like, we were in there, like, we were, at least in my head, at least to me. So, okay, anyway, in this message is whatever, like, basically, like, and it was only like I scrolled so far up that, like, it was only like this part of the message only took place, like, I want to say it was no more than 3 weeks before that day that I was reading these messages. Like, it was fairly recent. Okay? Keep that in mind. You see my fist doing this thing, because that's how you was doing what? Okay. Let me get into it. So basically, yeah, you know, sometimes, like, you think you over something, but then, like, you start talking about it, it makes you feel a certain type of way. Like that right there had me sick, bro. Like, I mean, I'm not mad, like, right now, but it was just like, what the heck? Like, why did I allow myself to go through that? Like, that's the kind of feeling I'm feeling right now. Like, I never really thought about it before. You know what I'm saying? Like, to the point where I'm like, dang, I should have left at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never really thought about it before. Like, I felt like, personally, like, later on in the story is when I'm going to tell y'all, like, when I felt like I was done. But at this point, I should have left here. Why did I never think about this? Like, but like I said, my brain was so wired in this bond that, like, I wasn't going nowhere. It was terrible. It really was. And honestly, I can count on one hand how many times we did the do. So it wasn't even like, it wasn't even the intercourse that did it. Like, it wasn't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it really wasn't. I'm not saying that it was bad. Like it wasn't bad at all. It really wasn't. But it just, that's not what did it for me. It was I had some kind of connection with him that I didn't understand at the time. So anyway, in the messages, right? He's talking about Well, so first off, like he had commented on a picture that she posted on her story, and it looked like she was like trying to pose like she pregnant, right? But she wasn't touching her belly or nothing, but she just did one of those like you know, belly pregnant things, and she had a little pouch to her, but it wasn't like big or nothing. Like it looked like she could pass for like 2 months, 3 months pregnant type of thing, maybe 2 months. Like she didn't look fat or nothing like that, you know? So basically he commented on, he was like, I know that's not mine. So initially I was confused. I was like, what's he talking about? I scrolled down, she's like, no, I took a pregnancy test, it's all good. Wait. Wait, so wait, you did the, wait, hold on, just give me a sec. Wait, so you had a pregnancy scare with her too? You just be letting loose in females? That's just what you do? This is nothing special between me and you? This wasn't love at first sight or nothing? This is what you do? You just let loose? So I'm like reading their messages. She's like, oh, I took a pregnancy test. Like and he was like, oh my gosh, that's so good or something like that. And she's like, yeah, I ended up having to tell my mom because I was super scared. I was getting nauseous. All these things. They was having a full conversation. And I was just like, yo, like, sure, this was before me and him made it official, that conversation. But the only reason why I looked at that message is because literally just a day, I don't know if it was a day prior or hours prior, he had put heart eyes under her picture. So you're heart eyeing a female you had a pregnancy scare with when you're dating me. We're together. We sleep together on the floor every night. So, you know what I'm saying? So and so I was just like really like, I was really hurt about that. Like I was so hurt about that. So I wanted to wake him up and go off, but like I said, like when you in somebody else's territory, like I don't know, something about that, I just can't do that. So I just ended up sleeping on the couch. Like I just went on the couch, no cushion. I took a pillow though, no cushion though, and I went and I slept on the couch because I didn't want to sleep on him. Like I just didn't, and I didn't know how to tell him that I went through his phone. So I was just like, I have all this information and I didn't know what to do with it. But all I knew is that I couldn't sleep with him. Like I just couldn't do that. Like I was sick, bro. I was sitting on the toilet and everything. Like I put his phone back down and I went on the toilet because I really thought I had to do number 3 because I felt so sick. Like I felt gross, bro. And I ended up, like I said, I ended up sleeping on the couch, right? So I'm on the couch or whatever. I'm knocked out of nowhere, bro. I feel like I'm in this dream and I'm falling like down like this like high tower. Like I'm on the ledge and I'm like falling, and then I end up waking up, and then my body is back on the cushions, and he's standing up over me, and he was like, what the hell are you doing on the couch? I was like, what the did you just drop me? And he was like, what are you doing on the couch? Why are you over there? Like really mad that I was sleeping on the couch. Like I was like, he's crazy. Like, but I'm crazy too, baby. So I was just like, okay. So like, what is wrong with me? Why did I do that? Why did I react that way? Why didn't I get mad, but I got excited? Like I was like, damn, he wants me to sleep with him that bad. He can't sleep without me. Yo, he woke up because my body wasn't next to him. Like, right? Like saying all these things, like he needs me. It was ridiculous. But yo, so I'm sleeping. I'm sorry, bro, because like I really felt like that. That's why it's so funny. Like I really did think that. Like I really did think all those thoughts. I was like, yeah, he want to be with me. So yeah, basically after that, he was just like don't do that again. Like we sleeping together. Like you don't do that. Like, and he's like, what's wrong? I was like, nothing. Like he was like, then why did you go over there? And I'm just like, I don't know. Like I didn't feel like getting into it. I really didn't. And I just ended up like going back to sleep type of thing. So the next morning I woke up very upset. Like, cause I don't know why. I just woke up very upset. Like I was mad. And I guess because like my feelings was still hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like this man is out here cheating on me on social media. Like sure, we're together 24/7. For sure we were. Like he wasn't doing nothing with nobody else, but you are flirting online with different females. And I'll tell you, like, bro, they all look different. It's like he didn't have a type. It was threatening. Like I was like, but now he do have a type. But like at that time, he didn't care. He got it how he lived it. But after that, I woke up upset or whatever, and I was like, I have to say something to him because I didn't know how to like go on with our relationship, knowing all of that and knowing like maybe he's still doing it. Like I'm not built for being with a cheater. Like I'm just not. I'm not. You're gonna have to stop that, or I'm leaving. Like I will walk home. I will. Okay. He ended up He ended up leaving his phone out. So I had picked up his phone, like where he can see me pick up his phone, right? And he was like, and I wanted to see how he was gonna react, and he didn't react, and it's probably because he knew I didn't have his password, but I did. Like that's also how I got into his phone, because I was watching him put his password in the past couple of days, kind of thing. So I picked up on his password. I knew his password, so but he didn't know that. So I picked up his phone or whatever, and I guess he didn't jump because he didn't think I knew his password. But I was like, can I use your phone to do something? I forgot what I said. I came up with some excuse or whatever. He was okay. Like he didn't make it awkward. Like he was like, bro, I tell you, bro, he's the biggest manipulator I've ever encountered. Like it was just, he was so good at it. But he was like, yeah, okay, whatever, and he put his phone right to what I asked him to do. I forgot what it was though, and I couldn't figure out how to get onto his Snapchat without being hot. So I was like, ooh, I'm gonna take a couple pictures on your Snapchat. I'm gonna post myself on your Snapchat. He was like, what? For what? He trying to laugh it off or whatever. I was like, what? Why not? I can't do that. And he was like, nah, you can. I'm just saying, like, but it's okay. Like he just was like, all right. No, it's just like I'm trying to get him to, act out, right? And he wasn't. So I'm over here on his Snapchat or whatever. And that's when he got a notification. I was like, oh, who was texting you? I opened it, right? And he was like, and that's when I found out this other girl had replied to his hard eyes or whatever, right? I was like, I looked at him. I was like, what? Like, I'm a good actress too, bro. Like, I am. And I was like, what? And he was like, I don't know what that's about. Lying, right? Immediately lying, bro. My stomach, I'm getting uncomfortable right now telling this story, bro. Like this type of stuff makes me sick. Like I really don't like I don't like it. I don't even like it when other people tell me their stories like this. Like it's just, I hate that. Like I just don't. But anyway, I'm just like, oh, okay. So yeah, so basically he was like lying, whatever, telling me like, oh, it's not what it looked like. And I was like, and I went out because I still had his phone. He didn't snatch it from me, nothing. I still had his phone. I went out of it. I'm like scrolling and I'm looking like, because I already knew what I was doing, right? So I'm just trying to make it seem like, I'm just running into all of this information, right? Unfortunately, I couldn't get to the pregnancy thing before he was like, I'm sorry, and all that stuff, right? He was like, so basically, like, I ended up looking at other messages, like, right in front of him, and he's just like stuck, like, oh, shoot, like, I was not expecting this, like, and I was just like, look, and I'm like, yo, like, this is crazy, like, and the way I was acting, like, I wasn't going off immediately. I was just like, wow, like, this is interesting, like, wow, I didn't know that this is how it is when you're dating somebody. Wow, like, I was really being very, very sarcastic. So he did not know how to react. He was just like, what? And I was like, so this is how it is when you're dating somebody? This is how you treat your girlfriends? And he was like, nah. And I was like, I mean, like, it looks like it. Like, this was just today. This was just yesterday. This was also yesterday. This was just 2 days ago. Like, this is like, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm getting a little serious. I'm like, yo, like, I don't know. This is just what it looks like. I didn't realize this is how y'all acted out here. Like, he was like, nah, don't do that. It's not no Delaware thing or whatever like that. He was like, he was like, you know, because I told you I'm from Jersey, I'm not like that, da, da, da. I'm like, I mean, like, I don't know. I just thought, I mean, I guess I have to get with the bandwagon. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess I have to talk to a couple people my damn self. Like, I have to catch up. Like, I'm really behind. Like, because if, I mean, and I take my phone outside, I'm king, because, I mean, like, if you look at my phone, like, I don't got nothing like that on my phone. So this is beyond me. He's like, oh my gosh, Deja, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know why I was doing that. I don't know why I was acting. Like, I'm just so used to, like, having so much attention from girls. So I was just, like, I was just still in the mode. Like, but I swear, bro, I promise, like, I'm never doing that again. It's over. Like, if you want, I'll delete all these girls off my Snapchat. I was like, it's not what I want, bro. It's what I deserve. Like, this is a relationship. Like, we boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, what you talking about, right? And he was like, bro, you got it. Like, you got it. Like, I'm like, they're done. Like, they're a done deal. I'm never doing this with them again. It's over. It's just me and you. I'm sorry. Like, he's pleading his case, right? And I'm just like, yeah. Like, at that point, I don't know what was wrong with me, but it was just like, I already knew I wasn't going anywhere. And on top of that, like, I knew that, like, he wasn't going to keep doing that kind of thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, I just knew that he wasn't going to play me my entire relationship. Like, I don't know. I just knew that. Like, you're not doing it. You're not going to play me. Like, you're going to take me serious. Like, I don't know. I just knew that. So, like, at that point, I was just like, I know. Like, but I didn't say that. I just gave out that energy. And he was just like, you good? Like, are you okay? I'm just like, like, I had to, you know, play my part. I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm just a little bothered. Like, I just think that's crazy. Like, that's crazy. I put my all into you. You know, I'm playing it off a little hard, you know what I'm saying? Basically, like, that's what happened, whatever. We ended up making up, you know. So it was all good and well, right? And he did show me that he was deleting females off his thing. He was deleting the Snapchats. And stuff like that. So, and on top of that, he took his password off. So, like, he was like, you, like, this is proof, like, whenever you want, you can go through my phone type of thing. And I was just like, yep, I know. Yeah, but I was just like, yep, you better, because that's crazy to me. Like, I can't believe it. I'm over here trying to get emotional, but I wasn't emotional. Like, since I already knew it, I wasn't emotional. Like, so I was just like, it's just, I hope, you know, but I couldn't really cry because I wasn't sad. So, after that or whatever, like, he ended up, like, really, like, you could tell, like, he took me, like, way more serious. Like, it was a different type of level. Like, he was crazy serious about me, and I loved all about it. Like, I was like, yeah, this is great, this is exactly what I wanted. And I did still go through his phone, like, random times of the day, and he literally stopped, like, talking to females and everything. Like, who knows, he could have been deleting messages, but I don't know, I just doubted it. Like, I didn't think he was, and to this day, I truthfully don't think he was. Like, he didn't give me off that vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the reason why I had to check his phone that night is because there was a vibe there. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was no more a vibe. It was just like my, like, fear, I guess, what was driving me to constantly keep looking at his phone. So yeah, I'm going to leave it right here, and I'm going to come back another time. We're going to talk about my experience living in a U-Haul with my baby father and how it went from there. So thanks for tuning in for part 2 of my story when it comes to my baby father and how it led up to me being a single mother. So it was nice talking to y'all. Like, subscribe, share with a friend, and comment a chicken, comment a bird, comment a heart, comment rolling eyes emojis, comment I love you, comment the number 3, whatever you want to do. Just make a comment. You know, it really helps get with the algorithm on YouTube to, you know, like and comment and subscribe and share. It really helps. So go ahead and do that for me. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.